sekarang.
Okey. Boleh dimulai kan?
Iya, Ibu. Oke,
Okey.
Bu. Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Baiklah, pagi ini kita akan melaksanakan eh, kuliah yang pertemuan kedua dengan UiTM dengan Ibu Wan Safiza Hussein. Bagi mahasiswa, tolong dihidupkan kameranya. Jangan lupa dihidupkan kameranya karena absensi akan dilihat berdasarkan kamera Anda hidup atau tidak. Ya, silakan dihidupkan kameranya. Ibuan, dipersilakan kepada Ibuan untuk memulai perkuliahannya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okey, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi semua ya. Okay, so the topic of our lecture today will be on production budget. So we have finished with the first chapter that is on introduction to budgeting. Okay, and I'm sure Bu Nanyang also have done with you all the sales budget. Bu Nanyang dah udah sales budget?
Sudah, Ibu. Sudah.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, because the topics for budgeting is interrelated. Okay, means that when you have learned the sales budget, the following budgets that we will prepare is the production budget. Okay, so okay, let's start with the production budget. Okay, so the first thing that I want to discuss with you is okay. Okay, so the learning objective, okay, means that okay, by the end of today's class, what is expected from you is that students should be able to explain what is production budget, understand the purpose of preparing the production budgets, understand factors influencing production budgets, and understand the production patterns, okay, that is stable production, wavy production, and undulating production patterns. Okay, before we start our class, let us start with Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah and doa. Al-Fatihah. Okay. Okay, so Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, we start with the definition of production budget. Okay, so according to, okay, I have adjusted, okay, when I look at your syllabus, okay, so I have adjusted the slide to accommodate what you should learn. Ya, Bunda yang saya dah adjust ya, according to apa yang patutnya. Kalau ikut macam UiTM punya, kita orang punya lain sikit Okay, so because when I look at your slide, so I know that these are the things that you should cover. So I done homework, so I add in, okay. So the first thing that we should look at is the definition of a production budget. Okay. So what is a production budget? Okay, as a definition, you can see that a production budget is the budget that plans in detail the number of goods to be produced by the company during the coming period. Remember, when we are doing budgeting or when we are studying budgeting, everything is uncertain. Remember, we are predicting. Kan? Kita predict kan? Sama juga. Okay, macam you buat sales budget, okay, the things you predict the sales figures according to the technique, okay. You use the statistical methods, you use the time series, okay. So it means that we are predicting. So production budget is actually the budget that plans in detail the number of goods to be produced by the company for the coming period. Okay, so normally the budget is expressed in quantities only and is the responsibility of the production manager. So it is the responsibility of the production manager to prepare the production budgets. Okay, and remember the budget is interrelated, means that the first budget that you need to prepare before you are able to prepare the production budgets is the sales budget. Okay, so I hope saya tak cepat sangat boleh Bu? Boleh, okay. So the objective of this budget, so why are we going to prepare this budget? So objective of this budget is to ensure that production is sufficient to meet sales demand and also the economic levels are maintained. Okay, remember in a business, we will have the opening stock, or we call it opening inventory or beginning inventory and closing inventory. Okay, so the main objective of preparing the production budgets is to ensure that we produce sufficient for the sales, okay, and also in order to maintain the desired stock levels of the company. Okay, so we go to the purpose of preparing production budget. So why do we prepare a production budget? Okay, why? Because it acts as a plans related to production sector. Okay, in terms of what? In terms of routing or sequences of production process from raw material to finished goods. Okay, because we want to make sure that we are producing the products. Okay, because when there is demand, as I have mentioned earlier, the sales production budget is related to the sales budget. When there is a demand, so we want to fulfill the demand, and at the same time, we want to maintain the closing stock and opening stock. So we need to prepare properly. Okay, so it acts as a plan related to production sector. Okay, in terms of routing the sequence, plan regarding the layout of placement and arrangement of production machines and equipment. Okay, so that we plan properly. Okay, we want to use our production equipment. Is it sufficient for us to produce? Okay, our sales plans regarding scheduling or preparing product schedules. Okay, plans regarding production costs for the future and plans for future product development. So the main purpose, first one, act as a plans related to production sector. Okay, so again, what does it do? Okay, so these are the purpose of preparing production budget. We go to factors. Okay, what are some of the factors that will influence the preparation of the production budgets? Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier, our production budgets is interrelated to the sales budget, right? So normally the main factors that influence the preparation of our production budgets are sales plan and sales budget. Okay, so that is the main factors. Okay, and also not only that, we also look at the available machine capacity and production equipment of our organization. So do we have enough equipment to fulfill the demand? Okay, at the same time, we also look at the available workforce. Okay, when there is sales, there is demand. Do we have available workforce to fulfill all the demands to make the production? The fourth thing is also on working capital of the company. So what is working capital? Working capital is the use of current assets and the current liabilities, right? So we also look at that. So do we have enough working capital? Other facilities that is owned by the company, optimal company size. So company's policy, and also company policy in terms of finished goods, and also company policy in determining production patterns for the future. So these are all the factors that will influence the preparation of our production budgets. Okay, so these are the first slide will be on all on theoretical aspect before we go to the calculation aspect. Okay, so when I look at your syllabus, I noticed that you covered the production patterns. Okay, so I adapt. So I do research and study on the to accommodate your syllabus. Okay, the production budgets. Okay, what is the production patterns? Okay, the production budgets will depend on the sales pattern of the business. So there are 3 production patterns to deal. Okay, with fluctuating sales pattern are, we have stable production patterns, we have wavy production patterns, and we have undulating production patterns. So I will explain in detail what is the stable production patterns, what is the wavy production pattern, and what is undulating production patterns. Okay, we go to the first one. A stable production patterns. Okay, the name also shows, means that from the name you can guess. What does it mean by stable production? It means that the production will be stable over time.
Firda suaranya.
Okay. A stable production patterns, a stable production pattern is a constant development of the number of units that will be produced over time in the future. What does it mean? Means that when it is a stable production patterns, the production is stable over the period. Means that it is the same. So let's say for the first month, you produce 50,000 units. Second month, so 50,000 units. Third month or two, 50,000 units. So it is stable production. So according to the name, stable production patterns means that the production is stable over time. Okay. Even though sales fluctuates, okay, the number of units to be produced is constant or the same over a time. Okay, so as I have mentioned earlier, I have told you that the production budget is interrelated to the sales budget, right? Okay, so when a stable production, regardless of the sales, when the sales is volatile or fluctuate, but we still produce the same, the constant amount over a period of time. So this is called stable production patterns. Means that our production will be stable, okay, consistent. Okay, so I show you the example of stable production patterns. Okay, so you look at the slide. So the following is an example of Mami's plans number of sales unit to be produced and the finished goods inventory for quarter 1 and quarter 2 of 2023. Okay, see? Can you see from the data here? So we have sales. So sales in quarter, okay, sales January, okay, February and March. Maret, okay, so that is quarter 1. So we have also quarter 2, April, May and June. Okay, so when it is the stable production, see, I highlight it with red colors. See, the unit produced is the same all the month, okay, throughout the 2 quarters. Okay, so okay, the first thing I want you to understand, okay, in order to derive at this one, so this is the format that you need to understand. So sales, okay, so when we are preparing the production budget, so this is actually the patterns, okay, the format that you need to follow. Okay, the sales figure normally will be given. Remember, as I have mentioned, it is interrelated. Means we will get the info from the sales. Okay, so when we take the sales figure, okay, we transfer all the sales figure here. Okay, you plus with, remember, plus with closing stock. Okay, so this is the format. Okay, sales plus with closing stock. This is called total units requirements. Okay, or total production requirements. Okay, so sales plus with closing stock, okay, or closing inventory. So total units requirement, you minus with opening inventory or beginning stock. So this is actually the unit that you need to produce in order to fulfill the sales demand. Okay, so this is the format. Sales plus closing stock, it is equal to total production requirements or total units requirement. You minus with opening stock, and it is called unit to be produced. Means that, what does it mean here? So if the sales is 45,000 and we are following the stable production patterns, so the closing stock that we need to bear, we need to have a closing stock of 15,000 at the end of January, and opening stock when we start the business. So means that in 1st January, we have an opening stock of 8,000. That is the beginning inventory of 8,000. Means the amount that you actually need to produce, okay, in order to fulfill the sales demand of 45,000 is only 52,000. Why? Because you are following the stable production pattern. Means that you want to produce stable amount of unit every month. Okay, for all the 2 quarters. See? So that's why I highlighted with red. 52, 52, 52. See? So this is stable production pattern. Okay, one thing, okay, I think you should know this also. The closing stock of January, it will be what? Closing stock of January will be the opening stock of February. Is it true? Closing stock of January will be the opening stock of February. You can see the amount here, 15,000. That is the closing stock of January. It is actually the opening stock for February. And also the closing stock of February, it is actually the opening stock for March. Okay. So the closing stock of March will be the opening stock for April. Okay. You know that, right? Can you understand that? Okay. So this is the format. Okay. Sales, remember, when you want to prepare production budgets, the format is You need to take the sales figure, which is normally given in the question because you have calculated when you learn sales budget, right? Okay, so sales plus closing stock, okay, total unit requirement minus opening stock, so it will be unit to be produced, okay? So this is an example of stable production. So see, all the production is stable throughout the quarters. See, 52,000, 52,000, 52,000. Okay, we go to what are the advantages of stable production patterns? Okay, when the company apply these stable production patterns, so it is actually, it gives more advantage in terms of what? In terms of stable usage of labor. Okay, when you are producing the constant amount throughout, okay, for the 2 quarters, it can be one throughout the year, it can be throughout the first and second quarter, okay? So when you are producing a stable amount, means that you will be using stable usage of labor. Is it right? Because due to constant production. So when you are using a stable usage of labor, there will be, you can avoid social problems, okay? And no severance pay problems, okay? So there will be no cost for additional labor requirements and cost for training new workers, okay? And also it will reduce the risk of low productivity or production bottleneck, okay? Because you have stable production. And at the same time, it will improve the morale of workers since there is certainty of their fate. So they know that, okay, I will continue to work, okay?
Dia Amanda suaranya.
Okay. Advantages again. So the first advantages of stable production, what? Stable usage of labor, right? So the second advantages are stable usage of machines and other equipment. Okay, stable of other equipment for production process. Okay, when the production is stable, so equipment usage also will be stable over the time. Okay, the third advantages will be stable production, okay, which allows the company to properly plan for the usage of raw materials. So when we are producing stable, constant production, so means that we can plan, okay, for our usage of raw materials, okay, our usage of equipment, and the fourth advantages are stable production also is a signal that company is doing well, okay. So what does it shows? It shows your supplier that you are doing well because your production is stable. Okay, means there is a demand for your product. So thus it leads to good relationship with suppliers. Okay, you will order constantly the same amount. Okay, customers and financial institution. So when you want to apply for a loan or what for increase in the capital, so when you present, so it will look like okay, your sales is stable, means that your company is stable, indication that your company is stable. Okay, so that are the advantages of stable production. Okay, but as I have mentioned earlier, when we want to look at things positively, it will become advantages. When we want to look at things negatively, it will become what? It will become disadvantages or weaknesses of stable production. It is actually how you look at things, okay? So it can cause a build-up of finished goods inventories in certain months, okay? When you are producing stably, what does it mean? It means that, okay, your stocks, okay, you will have high inventories, okay? High inventories will result in high maintenance costs and high storage costs. Okay, even though your demand is lower, but you still produce the same amount. So means that you will have what? You will have more of stocks, right? So this can cause a build-up of finished goods inventories in certain months. Okay, capital is being tied up in inventories. Okay, it is also will increase the risk related to storage. Okay, sometimes when stocks are too much, okay, the stock can be damaged. Okay, it will decrease the quality or expired. Okay, so these are the disadvantages. Okay, so can I go to the next one? That is wavy production patterns. Okay. So wavy production patterns, okay, for stable production, means that you are produced the same stable amount or consistent amount throughout. It can be throughout the years, it can be throughout the months. Okay. For wavy production patterns, it is the other way around. What is wavy production patterns? So under wavy production patterns, the number of units to be produced from time to time is not stable, okay, and fluctuates according to the level of sales. Okay, so this one means that when you are producing, you will look at the sales. When high sales, you will produce more. Okay, when lower sales, then you will produce less. So it is a wavy, means that it is fluctuate. Okay, so in simpler words, it means that, what does it mean? The production pattern is in accordance with the level of sales. And this will result in stable finished good inventory patterns. Okay? When you are producing according to the sales amount, your inventory will be stable. But like before, the first pattern, production pattern, stable production, your production is stable. Okay? But for wavy production, your inventory will be stable. But your production will depend on your sales. Can you get it? Can you get it? Okay. So this is an example of wavy production patterns. Okay? So wavy production patterns.
Belum dong. Aku mau join nanti besok.
So the following is the planned number of units to be produced and the impact of the amount of finished goods inventory of Daddy's November High for the first and second quarter. The first one is Mommy, the second one is Daddy. Okay, so now we look at this one. So for this one, so it is actually, I just want to show you, so what fluctuates? For stable, just now, stable production, unit to be produced is stable over time, right? But for this one, what can you see? Which one is stable? The stock figures. See? The stock figures, yeah? Stable, right? But not the production units. Okay? Let's say the sales is 42. Okay, 41, 42 sales given. Okay? So, we are using a wavy production patterns. So plus with closing stock. Okay? Minus opening stock. Unit to be produced. Okay? Unit to be produced. Okay? Under wavy production patterns, we can make a conclusion that is actually, what is the conclusion? So under wavy production patterns, the conclusion that can be made is that the stocks will be constant, but not the production. Okay, the production patterns will actually depend on the sales. See, now, if sales is 42, then because we have stable, okay, we have wavy production and the closing stock is stable. So see, unit to be produced is in accordance to the sales units because we have stable production. Okay, so can you notice the difference between a stable production patterns and wavy production patterns? Okay, that is very important for you to be able to distinguish between stable production and wavy production. Okay, so for stable production, just now the production units here, the final figure is stable over time. But for the wavy production, you can see the one I highlight with red is the stock figures is constant, but the production is not consistent. The production is accordance to the sales. Okay. Okay. We go to the advantages of wavy production. Okay. So what are the advantages? Okay. So remember when under a wavy production just now, the stock which remain constant. So advantages of wavy production pattern, we can save some of the cost on storage. Okay, we don't have to have so much of a stock, means that we can save. So our capital also will not be tied up. And also, it will minimize the risk of storing finished goods inventories. Okay, so the disadvantages just now, the disadvantage of stable production is actually the advantage of wavy production. Okay. So disadvantages. What are the disadvantages or weaknesses of wavy production? So at certain times, some workers will be forced to laid off from the company. Okay, because our production is not stable, means that for the month that we did not produce more, maybe we will ask our staff to laid off from work. Okay, so that can be considered as the disadvantages. Okay, irregular usage of machines and other production requirements. Okay, difficult to plan for the procurement of raw materials. Okay, create disharmonious relations with customers, suppliers, and financial institutions. So because it shows that your sales and your production is not stable, so it will give a disharmonious relationship. So if you can notice here, the advantages just now of stable production is actually the disadvantages of wavy production. Okay, it is just the opposite. Okay, I will explain because you will learn the three types of production, right? Stable, wavy, and the third one is undulating production patterns. Okay, so normally the production will depend on sales. Okay, so but for undulating production patterns, okay, when the production, the factors that to limit the production is not depend on sale, but on other factors. So then this is called undulating production patterns. Okay. So this is the development of a number of units to be produced, which is unstable and irregular from time to time. Okay. Fluctuations are not in accordance with and are not tied to fluctuations in the number of sales. Remember that. Okay. But the fluctuations are due to some of the following. Means that other factors rather than sales. Okay, other factors rather than sales. Okay, so it can be due to limited raw materials and auxiliary materials. It can also be due to limited number of workers available, limited working capital, limited supporting facilities. Remember, for undulating production patterns means that the difference in the production is not due to the sales, but due to other factors rather than sales. So this is called undulating production patterns. Okay. Am I going too fast? Okay. So this is an example of nanny. Okay. Product finished goods. Okay. For if undulating. Okay. So means that the sales, see, all the sales, okay, it's not the same with the unit produced. So it's not the same with the closing stock. So it means that other factors that contributes to the volatiles or to the fluctuations in the production and fluctuations in the sales. So this is called undulating production patterns. Okay. Important. Okay. Okay, because when you want to prepare the production budgets, you need to understand this. Okay, estimated sales, that is the sales figures, okay, from the sales budget that you have learned earlier. Okay, normally this figure will be given. Okay, when you are learning production budget, the sales figure is will be given. Okay, because when you learn sales, then you will find out how to estimate the sales. Okay, so estimated sales plus with planned closing inventory, okay, of planned closing stock is equal with total production requirements. So total production requirements minus opening inventory, then it is called budgeted production unit. So this is actually the budget unit that we need to produce. And sales is equal to finished products plus with opening inventory minus closing inventory. Okay, so this is the basic concept of the sales. How do you want to determine at the sales figures? Okay, the same thing when you want to prepare the profit and loss. Okay, when you want to determine the cost of goods sold. So these are the things that you do. You will add purchases, okay, plus with closing stock minus opening. Okay, so this is actually how to derive that. Okay, okay. So this is the basic format for the production budget. Okay, so the format for the production budget. Sales, okay, plus with closing inventory. So this is called production requirement minus with opening inventory, and this is called production unit. Okay, so this is the format. Okay, so basic things we have covered. So we go to step by step on how to prepare the production budgets according to the three production pattern. The first one is stable production. The second one is wavy. And Third one is undulating. So undulating, I noticed from your syllabus, you do not have so many example on that. Okay, so we go to, okay, look at this example. Okay, so we will do it together. Okay, so if you don't understand, you can just raise your hand and ask question. So if I'm going too fast also, you can say, Madam, can you please slow down? Okay, I hope I'm not going too fast. Right? Bu, am I going too fast?
Enggak. Jadi kalau ada yang mau bertanya, boleh silakan bertanya. Ibuannya juga nggak terlalu cepat tadi menjelaskan, jadi mudah-mudahan Ananda semua bisa memahaminya ya. Kalau ada yang mau ditanyakan, silakan bertanya. Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Ada?
Adakah enggak ada?
Oke, kalau tidak ada, boleh kita lanjut, Ibu.
Okay. So we straight away go to the example. So example of a product budget for one type of product with product stability means constant product. Okay, means that product stability. Okay, production stability. So for one product. Okay, so the first example. So look at this example. Walis Sdn Bhd is a company producing healthy ice cream. So the following are the sales figure for this product for the year 2023. So for the quarter one, we produced 500 packs of ice cream. Quarter two, 400 packs. Quarter three, 350 packs. And quarter four, 550 packs. The total sales of ice cream for the year are 1,800. How do you get 1,800? You plus 500 plus 400 plus 350 plus 550. So the total sales of ice cream is actually 1,800 packs. Okay, and it is planned that the initial opening finished product inventory will be 100 packs. So what is this? This is beginning inventory. Okay, and the closing finished product inventory will be 200. So the opening and the closing inventory is given to you. Okay, so from the data, create a product budget every quarter by prioritizing product stability. So remember, we are doing product stability, means that production stability. So how do we settle this one? Look at the first one. Answer. Sales for the year just now, how much? 1,800 packs, right? Remember the format? Sales plus closing finished product inventory or closing stock. Okay, so this is called production requirement, the product ready for sales. So 1,800 plus 200, so we have 2,000 pack. Minus opening finished product inventory. So finished product means that this is the production that you need to produce, okay, in order to meet the sales demand given just now. So it means that you need to produce 1,900 packs, taking into consideration the opening inventory of 100 packs and closing inventory of 200 packs. Okay, so it means that you need to produce 1,900 packs. Okay, now remember, we are using which production process? Stable production. Means that we want to produce a stable amount of production over the years, okay, throughout the quarters. Okay, so just now finish for the period 1,900, right? So we have how many quarters in a year? 4 quarters, right? Quarters 1, quarters 2, quarters 3, and quarters 4. So we divide with 4. Means that we want to produce a constant amount of ice cream each quarter. The amount should be 475. Remember, bear in mind, why? Because we are practicing a stable production. Okay? Okay, so then we prepare. Okay, so we straight away prepare the production budget. See, Walis Sdn Bhd production budget for the year. Okay, so this is actually, okay. See, okay, this one, okay, the sales figure here, actually, the sales figure here, the closing inventory here means that it is not, okay, this one means when it is complete, then you will get this figure. Okay, I will show you. Okay, so now when we are doing this, okay, let's say this figure is not here. Okay, the only figures is given to you just now is what? Okay, we do it together. Then you will really understand. Okay. We start. We fill in this table together. Okay. So remember, sales plus closing inventory is equal to production requirement minus opening inventory. Then it is called production units. Okay. So the sales figure is given straight away just now, right? So quarter 1, 500. Quarter 2, 400. Quarter 3, 350. Quarter 4, 550. So total in a year, 1,800. And remember just now, when we are practicing a stable production, we have decided to produce a same amount of ice cream over the period for the year 2023. So means we do the working here just now, right? So we take this one, we divide with 4. Means throughout the 4 quarter, we will produce the same amount of ice cream. Okay, so sales, okay, closing inventory. So we get 2,000 minus opening, so 19 divided with 4. So means that we have decided that we want to produce every quarter, the amount of ice cream to be produced is 475 packs, right? So we fill in here first because we are practicing stable production. Okay, so we fill in this one, 475, 475, 475, 475. Okay, so unit to be produced just now, we know that it should be 1,900. Okay, then we work backward. Okay, we work backward. Okay, opening inventories is given in the question. How much is the opening inventories?
100.
100, right? Okay, remember? Okay, the data is given. Okay, so we work backward. Okay, so production unit, okay, plus with opening inventories. So we will get this production requirement. How much is that? Okay, is it true? Okay, so 475 we add. Okay, when we move backward, the symbol will be opposite. So production units. So here we minus. So when we want to move backward, we will need to add back. Okay, so 475 plus 100, then it will be 575, right? So how do you get the closing stock? 575, you minus with 500. So you get the closing stock of 75. Is it true? So you can counter check. 500 plus 75, 575. So yes. So the total production unit will be 475. And remember again, the closing stock for quarter 1 will be what? The opening stock for quarter 2. Okay. And then we move again backward. Okay. 475. So when this one minus, when we moving backward, we need to add 475 plus 75. So it will be how much? 550, right? So when 550, okay, so when you want to determine the closing stock, what should you do? You minus with 400. So you will get, what is your closing stock? 150. So you counter back, check. Is it true? 400 plus 150, then 550 minus. Yes, we get the constant production. And again, remember, closing stock for quarter 2, then it will be what? The opening stock for quarter 3. Right? Okay, now can you do it for me? I want you to do it now to get this one. Can you determine what will be the closing stock, closing inventory for quarter 3 and quarter 4? Can you do it now?
Oke, ada yang bisa mengerjakannya? Ada yang bisa? Selfie bisa? Selfie Salima bisa?
Bisa ya?
Wah, ini beda nih bagi nih
Silakan.
penelitian kuanti dan kuali kan.
Kalau tidak paham boleh tanya saya ya.
Jadi dua Bu.
Ingat kita work backward. Okay? Kita work backward.
Oke, kita ngerjainnya dari bawah ya.
Yang satu kuanti, yang kedua kuali.
Kita ngerjainnya dari bawah. Nur Asia
475.
bisa? Nur Asia bisa?
Halaman 10, Bu.
Ibu, adakah saya membuatkan pelajar susah faham?
Oh, enggak.
Boleh
Ini
ya?
kok, Bu. Iya.
Saya takut nanti kan tidak. Boleh ya?
Enggak, Bu. Oke. Nadia Vega mau jawab, Lydia Marani siapa duluan?
Akuntansi, bukan untuk perintah akuntansi, untuk riset akuntansi, untuk
625.
akuntansi,
Happy,
Yeah, good. Very
625. Oke, next. Production requirement-nya?
Ini Devi bilang kalau
Okay, 625. The closing stock?
Closing stock-nya berapa, Teti?
275.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Okay.
And then remember, closing stock for quarter 3, then it will be what?
Next, yang untuk
175.
Then it will be the opening stock for, right? Then we work backward again. What is the production requirement?
751.
Yes, very good. 150. So the closing stock?
200.
Yeah. So is it the same with the question just now? Right? The question just now also, the closing stock is? $200, right? Right? So means that, okay, so for a year, then this one is 200. Production requirement just now that we get from our calculation, 1,000. Okay, and this one, the opening stock is 100. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Okay, so you can understand, right? This is very simple, right? Okay, so what I want you to know is that for stable production, so what is the priority? The priority is to determine the production units, and it should be stable over the period. Okay, that is the conclusion that we can make. Okay, the conclusion that we can make is that, so what does it mean? When it is a stable production, okay, the priority, the sales figure will be given. You do all your workings to determine what is the amount of production that you need to produce for each quarter. It can be each month. Okay, it depends on the question. Okay, so when we have able to determine this, so this is the priority. We take into consideration the opening and the closing stock given. Okay, beginning inventory and closing inventory, and we will get this production budgets. Okay, so this is what is remember production budget for the year ended 31st December 2023 for stable production pattern. Okay. This is only for one unit of product. We go to a more complex one, more complex example. Do you want a break first? You need a break? 5 minutes or what before we go to a more complex example?
Mau istirahat dulu 5 menit. Kita break dulu 5 menit.
Boleh.
Apa lanjut?
Boleh bagi ya berapa kita.
Gimana?
A more complex one, ya? Lanjut ke di break 5 menit, Bu?
Lanjut aja kayaknya, Bu.
Lanjut aja,
Ya,
okay.
okay.
So we go to, so a conclusion that can be made is that, what is the conclusion just now? For stable production patterns, the priority that you need to do is to determine what is the unit to be produced, okay, for the quarter or for the month. It depends on the question. The sales figures will be given, so you need to come up with the calculation just now. So the working so means that you will determine what is the unit to be produced for each quarter. Okay, so this is the working that you need to do. As usual, sales plus closing minus opening, and then we divide with the 4 quarters. If you want it to be for a month, you divide it with 12. It depends on question. Okay, so when you come up with this, so you fill in the table, the production budget. Okay, you fill in the production unit first. The sales unit first. Second thing that you need to fill in is the opening inventory, and then the production unit. Okay, that you have determined just now from your working. So is it true? We are using stable production. Yes. Why? Because our production is stable over the period of 1 year. Okay. So this is only for single product. What happens if you have multiple product? Then it will be a bit complicated. But you can do it, okay? You just follow the concept, okay? We go to the second example, okay? Okay, the same example, okay, Walis Nuremberhad, still producing ice cream, but now we have 3 flavors of ice cream, okay? Examples of product budgets for various products with product stability, okay? Still using the same example, that is Walis Nuremberhad. The company produced 3 flavors of its ice cream, which are, means that just now I just gave you the ice cream, the unit that's so, but now actually Wallis have 3 flavors of ice cream. So what are the flavors? Vanilla ice cream, strawberry ice cream, and chocolate ice cream. So the following is the opening finished product inventory and closing inventory for the year 2023 for all its products. Okay, so ice cream flavors, we have vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. So opening inventories means out of 100 just now, okay, 40 is vanilla, 30 is strawberry, and 30 is chocolate flavor. Okay, and for closing inventory, which is 200 just now, okay, vanilla is 70, strawberry 80, chocolate 50. Okay, so I hope you can see the question, because after this we will do it. We will look at the answer together. Okay. So this is the ice cream flavor. Okay, this is the figure given also. Meanwhile, the sales budget for 2023 is made simply as follows. So this is given the ice cream. Okay, so this is the sales budget. Means that for quarter 1, okay, which is just now 500, it is made up of vanilla flavor 275, strawberry flavor 125, chocolate flavors 100. Okay, so for quarter 2, where 400 is actually divided into vanilla flavors 200, strawberry flavors 120, and chocolate flavors 80. So total is 400. Okay, so for quarter 3, vanilla flavors 158, strawberry flavors 2, chocolate flavors 140. So it will be 350. Okay, and for vanilla, for quarter 4, so the vanilla flavors should be 330, strawberry 165, chocolate is 55. So the sales, total sales for quarter 4 is 550. Okay, sales, okay. So I made up is as follows, okay. So this is the proportion, vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. So total sales is 1,800. So if there is no product inventory at the beginning and closing, then the product budget can be prepared as follows. Okay, sales in total, 1,800. Okay, plus just now we have the closing inventory, 200. So this is called production requirement. You minus with opening inventory, so this is production units, 1,900, the same as before. Okay, the same as before. What can we do now? Okay, so this is the next step. Okay, just now, if the production budget is made for a year, remember we are still using stable production pattern. Means that the unit to be produced should be stable over the period. Okay, so if the product budget is made for a year in each quarter, then the product per quarter will be the same, just like before. 1900 divided with 4, because you have in a year you have 4 quarters, so it will be 475 packs per quarter. So if 475 packs are produced then in a year, so 475 times 4 should be 1900. So the production for each quarter will be as follows. Okay, same like before, just now when we do it here, see 475. But this one is for single product. But when we go further, we go to a more complicated example. I divide it into, means that from each quarter we have 3 flavors of sales. Okay, okay. So see, 475. Okay, so now the first thing that you need to do is you need to proportion the sales according to the flavors. Okay, so how to do it? How to do it? Okay, look at your example just now. Okay, how to do it, this one? Okay. How to do it, this one? You see? Vanilla, 275. Strawberry, 125. Okay, you just focus on the first quarter first. Okay? First quarter of 2023. See, vanilla, 275. Strawberry, 125. Chocolate, 100. And total amount of sales should be 500. So, now we want to apportion the sales according to the flavors. Why? Because remember, just now, we are selling more than one flavors. 3 flavors. Okay? So, for vanillas just now, so how do you derive at this figure? So based on sales comparison, the product details for each quarter is as follows. Okay, so the sales figures is given. Sales figure is given, so 275, 125. This one you can just take the amount and put it in the production budget. Okay, okay, just now look at how to determine the production for stable production. Okay, just now the sales is 275 over the total amount in quarter 1. Total sales is 500. It times with, you remember just now, we have determined that our production will be 475 for each quarter, right? So, but now we divide in 475, there will be 3 flavors of ice cream. That is vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. So, you want to determine. So, out of 475, how many packs is vanilla flavor? How many packs is strawberry flavors? And how many packs is chocolate flavor? Okay, so how do you do it this way? Okay, you take 275, you divide with 500, total amount of sales. You times with the production allocation that you have calculated just now for each quarter. Okay, because you want a stable production of 475. So you get 261 vanilla. And for strawberry, you get 119, and for chocolate you get 95. So the total will be still 475. Okay, so now our task is to determine what is the total sales for quarter 2 and quarter 3. Okay, quarter 2 I show to you also. After this, I want you to calculate with me quarter 3 and quarter 4. So quarter 2, so now what is the sales figure for quarter 2? 200, 120, and 80. The total is 400. So we want to apportion it according to the flavor. So 200 over 400 times with production requirement just now. Okay, production unit, stable production, 475. So we get 238. Okay. Excuse me. I have forgotten whether ada titik perpuluhan ke, ada ke enggak? Saya sudah lupa. Saya dah buat, sudah lupa balik. Okay. So, kalau ada, kita bundarkan je. So, this one, 120 over 400 times 475, you get 142. 80 over 400 times 475, you get 95. So, the total amount should be 475. Okay. Can you please do it for the quarter 3 and quarter 4? Okay. When you want to determine whether you understand or not, you must do it. Then your brain will start to think. Okay. Okay. Try to do for vanilla flavors. What is the production for vanilla flavors? Strawberry and chocolate for quarter 3. So I give you time. You try and do.
Oke, silakan dikerjakan untuk kuarter 3 dan kuarter 4 ya. Nanti akan ditanya sama Ibu.
Okay.
Rahma Eka Putri udah selesai, bisa dikerjakan.
Tapi nanti kalau kita apa, tidak berupaya kita pas kita kasih
Boleh ke? Okay, let's do it together. Okay, come, we do it together. Okay, for quarter 3, what is the vanilla portion of sales? Okay, vanilla a portion of unit of production. So we get, so the quarter 3, so this is the figure first. Okay, remember vanilla sales is 158, strawberry 52, chocolate 140. So the total should be 350 for this quarter. Okay, now we will do it together. Okay, so vanilla, how much just now? 158, right? Divide with, what is the total number of units sold for that quarter 3 for vanilla? For total. How much is the total sales? Total sales for quarter 3. 350, right? 350, yeah? Is it difficult for you to see because on different slide? Okay, 158, you just remember the figure. Vanilla 158, strawberry 52, chocolate 140. Total amount of sales for quarter 3, 250. So we go to the calculation, okay? We want to apportion. So 158 divide with 350, right? Times with?
475.
Yes, the production allocation just now. So what is the figure? 214, right? Okay, we go to the next one. Okay, next one. The next one, so 52. Strawberry is 52. Okay, out of total sales for the quarter, 350. Okay, so we will times with, okay, times with 475. Okay, so then the amount should be how much? 71. Okay, kalau ada perpuluhan itu bisa dibundarkan ya. Okay, this one. So for chocolate, so the sales portion 140 divide with the total portion is actually, total sales is actually 350, and then we times with production allocation just now, stable production, a quarter, each quarter should be 475, so we will get the figure should be 190. So when we total up this one, it should be 475. You get it? Okay. Fadila, dapat Fadila?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Selvi pun dapat Okay, then we go to the next one. Okay, we go to quarter 4. So, look at the data for quarter 4. So, quarter 4, see what is the data? Vanilla, 330. Strawberry, 165. Chocolate, 55. So, the total sales for quarter 4 should be 550. So, we go to the calculation. We want to apportion. Okay, so what is the amount? So, vanilla is 330, divide with total sales for quarter 4 is 510. Okay, you will times with what? 475. This is the same. Why? Because stable production. Okay, we have determined what is the unit to be produced each quarter just now, right? Because we are doing stable production pattern but with multiple product. So we get the figure. Bundarkan juga kalau dia enggak ada perpuluhan tu kita bundarkannya Okay. So, and the third one. Okay, strawberry, the second one. Strawberry. Strawberry is 165 out of total sales of 550. Okay. Times with production allocation just now. When we are using stable production, we decided that we will produce only 475 for this quarter, constantly throughout the year. Okay, so then what is the figure? It should be how much? 143. Okay, then we go to the next one, the final one. Okay, the final one, it should be, what is the proportion of sales? Okay, chocolate ice cream. So it is only 55. Maybe they don't like chocolate ice cream flavor. Okay, you divide with total sales for the quarter, which is actually 510. Okay, and then you times with the production allocation just now. When we have calculated for stable production, then should be, how much is that? 47. So to counter check, we total the amount should be 475. Okay, so the first step just now, we have the sales figure, right? Now we are allocating the production according to the flavors, right? So this is the working, that the second working that we do. Okay, then the third workings that we need to do is to determine what is the total production for each types of flavor, the details of each ice cream flavor for quarter one. So how do you get vanilla? So means that for vanilla, how much you produce, okay, for the whole year. From this data, a production budget then can be created. Okay, look at this first. How do you get, okay, how we want to determine the production unit of vanilla? Okay, 261 plus with 231. Quarter 1 vanilla 261. Quarter 2 vanilla 238. Quarter 3 vanilla 214. Quarter 4 vanilla 285. So how do you get this figure? Okay, so you just take 261 plus with 238 plus with 214 plus with 285. Okay, so you get this figure 998. Okay, 998. Okay, so this is the vanilla ice cream for the year. Strawberry 119 plus 142 plus 71 plus 143. So it is equal to 475. Okay. Well, chocolate will be 95 plus 95 plus 190 plus 47. So it will be 427. So the total amount should be 1900 as what we have calculated earlier here. Okay, here, see? No, here. Okay. Hello, semalam. Okay. Okay, so we have this one. Okay. So, see, we have completed this one. Then we can come up with this. See? So, is it difficult to come up with this? Okay, I will do it with you all together. Okay, come. Let's do it together. So, I have prepared the blank one here. Okay. So, now we fill in. We fill in together. Then you can see. It looks complicated, but it can be done. We do it slowly. Okay. So, the first thing, so means that this is actually you are coming up with a production budget, stable production, but multiple products. So it is a bit complicated. Okay, but you can do it. Okay, we do it slowly. Okay, so see, we have ice cream flavor, first quarter vanilla, and then strawberry and chocolate. And the total vanilla, strawberry, chocolate. Okay, for all the 4 quarters. Okay, so and then we fill in according to the amount given sales. Okay. Sales. Okay, so we go to the vanilla. What is the total sales for vanilla? Okay, we look at which slide? This one. This one, right? So this is the sales figures given. Okay, so 275, 200, 275, 125, 100. Okay, so we will fill in this one. We'll do it together. Okay, come, let's do it together. So the sales figure for vanilla is 275. Strawberry just now? Strawberry? 125. Chocolate? 100. So the total amount of sales for quarter 1 for ice cream should be 500. Right? Okay? Okay. Now we do it. Okay. Fill in the second quarter. Second quarter, what is the amount of ice cream for vanilla? 200. For strawberry, it should be 120. For chocolate, it should be 80. And the total amount of sales for quarter 2 is 400. Okay, we fill in. This one should be filled in first. Okay. Bold. Okay. Bold. Tak mau bold juga. Sekejap Yang lainnya dah diboldkan. Okay. So we go to the quarter 3. Okay, quarter 3. What is the amount of sales for vanilla? 158. Okay. Plus with strawberry should be 52. Okay. Plus with chocolate. Chocolate is 140. Then the amount of sales for quarter 3 is 350 given in the question. Okay. When you are doing production budget, the sales figure will be given to you. Okay. Because you will be tested on how your ability to understand on the production. Okay. And then we go to quarter 4. So quarter 4, vanilla is 330. Strawberry how much? 165. And then chocolate is 55. So total sales for quarter 4, it will be 550. So total sales for the year is how much? Just now we have determined 1,800, right? Okay, so we have filled in this one. And then the second things that you will need to fill in is what is the opening inventory given in the question. So here is the here. See, what is the opening inventory? Vanilla 40, strawberry 30, and chocolate 30. Okay, so we fill in the table. Okay, fill in the table. So opening, right? So this is the opening. So what is the amount? 40, 30, and 30. Right? Okay. So, and also remember, just now, we have calculated the production unit. This one, the production unit that we have calculated just now. When we do it together just now, the figures here. Okay? So, we fill in also. Okay? So, we fill in. Okay? We fill in. So, the production unit. So what is the production unit for quarter 1? Just now we have calculated 261, 119, and wait. 261, 119, and 95. Good. Thank you for responding. So 95. Okay. So I want to bold this one also. Okay. Okay. So then remember just now, how do you want to derive at the closing stock, the production requirement? We move backward. Okay. So now our priority is this one, right? Okay. So if you want to fill in all also, you can fill in all just now. Okay. So what is the total amount here? This is 475, right? Okay. Okay. So I show you quarter by quarter. Okay. So but this one we have calculated just now. For quarter 2 also we know what is the amount for quarter 2. 238. For vanilla, strawberry, just now we have calculated 142. For chocolate, 95. And the total is still because we are using stable production pattern. Okay, so 475. Okay, now, okay, we move backward. Okay, we move backward to determine the production requirement. How? Okay, 261 plus 40. So it is equal to production requirement. So it will be 301. Is it right? Right? 261 plus 40, we get 301. Good. Okay. So how do you want to determine the closing stock? It's just that you need to take the sales, you need to take the production requirement, you minus with the sales figures. Okay, because we are moving backward. Okay. So 301, you minus with 275. So you will get your closing stock of 26. Okay. 26. Okay. I do it slowly so that you can understand. We go step by step. Okay. So we go to the next one. We have filled in the first. So now we know the closing stock. Okay. What can you bear in mind? Closing stock for Q1 will be the opening stock for what? Q2. For vanilla, you have determined just now 26. So you can put it here straight away. Okay. 26. Okay. This total should be, okay. So we calculate again. So 119 plus 30. So it should be 149. So how do you want to determine the closing stock? 149 minus 125. So it will be 24.
25.
24, right? 24, huh? Betul tak? Okay. So this 24, remember the closing stock for Q1 is actually the opening stock for Q2. This is for strawberry. So settle. So we do it again. For chocolate, 95 plus 30 should be 125. 125 minus 100. Then closing stock will be 25. Okay. So the closing stock here, 25, is actually the opening stock for Q2. Settle. Right? Settle. Okay. So total here, it will be 75. So production requirement. We just total. Okay. So we just total lah. Okay. 500 plus ni 575. So settle. Okay. Now we do it for Q2. Again, we do it together. Okay. So how do you want to determine this one? Okay. So we have filled in just now 238. Okay. Come on, let's fill in all first. Okay. So for Q3, what is the vanilla production that we have calculated just now? 214. Okay. For this one should be 71. Okay, 71, 72. 71, strawberry. And for chocolate, 190. Okay. 190. Okay. So the amount is 285. Okay. Then we fill in also for Q4. Okay, sorry. Saya terpaksa buatnya kecil sebab nak masukkannya dalam ini ya. Okay. The next cell. Okay. So for Q4, 285. Okay. Plus with 1 for 3. And this one is 47. For 47. So we get the total 475. Right? This one? Oh, okay. Sorry. Volume betul. Okay. This one. No, this one production is 475, right? So remember this one. Wait, I put it different color. And not purple. And not which color? And not also. Okay. Okay. See the production, stable production. Okay. Here also. See 475. Here also 475. Okay. Here also 475. Means because we are using stable production patterns. Okay. So, okay, we need to do it one by one. Okay. So here, again, how? 238 plus 26. So what is the production requirement? 238 plus 26, you get 264, right? 264. Okay. And then 264 minus 200, then you will get the closing stock, 64, right? Okay, straight away, put it here. So, what is this? So, the opening stock for, the closing stock for Q2, for vanilla will be the opening stock for Q3, right? Just put it straight away. Okay, 64. Okay, You do it again. So 142 plus with 24. You get? How much is the figure? 166. Okay. And then minus this one, 120, and you will get this one, 46. So this is 46. Transfer here. Okay. And then you go for chocolate, 95 plus 25, you will get 120. 120. Okay. Minus 80, so it will be 40. Okay. So here it will be 40. Okay. So this one, you will total the amount. What is the total amount of closing stock? 150. So 400 plus 150. 550 plus with minus with 75. You will get the amount here. Okay. Okay. Can you please try to complete the table here?
Selesaikan yang kuarter 3-nya ya. Itu udah dibantu Ibuan untuk selesaikan sampai kuarter 2. Untuk kuarter 3 dan 4-nya bisa diselesaikan ya. Rahma Eka Putri, bisa kan?
Bisa, Ma'am.
Oke. Berapa untuk yang di kuarter 3 untuk varian vanilla?
To give them time to calculate the bowl.
Oke,
Calculate.
10 minutes ya, Ibu.
Boleh.
Pardon me, ma'am. For the vanilla production requirement is 278.
Okay. I will. You just give me the figure. Actually, I have the figure. I just want to make sure you understand. Okay. So this one.
120, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay. And then Rama, then this one should be transferred here, right? The closing stock for quarter 3 for vanilla variant, then it will be the opening stock for quarter 4. Okay. I do it slowly so that you will be on your mind. Okay. Then again for this one,
Bulan Maura bisa yang untuk
strawberry.
varian strawberry? Selfie bisa, selfie. Untuk yang varian strawberry.
Bisa, Ma'am.
Oke, production requirement berapa?
Bilang ya. Ini dulu.
Ibuan kita kasih waktu dulu 10 menit ya,
boleh,
Ibu.
boleh.
Oke.
Apa satu?
On mic, Mas.
Boleh nggak?
Bisa, Ma'am.
Okay, Selvi. For production requirement for strawberry for quarter 3.
117.
417, good. And then the closing.
65.
Okay, very good. Okay, so put it here. 5. Okay. Remember, closing stock for quarter 3 is the opening stock for quarter 4. Okay. So for chocolate variant,
200.
okay, good. 230. So what is the closing? The closing stock?
19.
Okay, good. Okay, so then we put it here 90. So we complete this one. Okay, 50 plus 3, 275. Then it will be 625 minus 150. So it should be 475. Okay. So here, okay. Now we can just counter check whether our calculation is right or wrong. Because the closing stock is given in the question. Remember, the closing stock is here. Closing stock here. Given 70, 80, and 50. See? Okay, we can make sure that our calculation is right or wrong by looking at this. The closing stock is given, right? So means that closing stock is given here. So what should we do? Okay, you can fill straight away. Okay, or you can do it the other way around to just check whether what you have done is right or wrong. Okay, so if you want to just put the figure, transfer the figure just now. Closing stock 70, 80, and 50, right? Given right in the question just now, kan? Closing stock. This is the opening, this is the closing given, eh? So this one will make it simple for you. So this one should be what? 400 minus, okay, minus 12025. See, you can check what we have done is right. Okay, so this is 245, right? 65. So it is 245. This is 8. This is 80. Okay, 245. Okay, this one. Four hundred and 105. Okay, I am. Okay, ada sedikit kat sini dia akan sekejap, 400. Okay. Okay, akan ada sedikit apa tu figures yang hilang just because of the bundaran. Kan kita ada kita buat pembundaran kan? Okay. So, this one 55, 148 plus this one should be 143 plus 65, 8, okay, plus 50, 2, 1 per 7. Okay, and total should be. Okay, don't worry when your figure is slightly different untuk last ni, it is due to when we divide just now, kita ada bundarkan. Remember kan kita ada bundarkan kan? Okay, it is because of that. Okay? Because ada pembundaran tadi. Because of that. Okay? So, 1A, this one should be 200, the total. So, then this one will be 2,000. This one 100. This one 1900. Okay? Okay? Boleh enggak? Akan ada sedikit saja dia lari because of the pembundaran itu. But jangan risau Okay? Because when we allocated just now, ada yang kita bundarkan. Remember that? For these figures. Yeah?
Permission, ma'am.
Yeah.
I wanna ask a question, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Fadila,
In the table quarter 4,
quarter
uh,
4.
yeah, why we can get the 70, 80, and 50 because in the table fee example 45 minus 30 and 30 it's 70, ma'am.
74, right? 75,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
75. This one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. It is due to the pembundaran. Remember when we round out the figure, when we are calculating this one, okay, when we are dividing, we are calculating the production, okay, we round out the figure. Remember that? So that's why the figures runs a bit. Okay. Due to round out figures. If you want to get the exact figure, then we must do it, maintain it with the, let's say we get 142.18, then we must maintain with that. But we round out the figure, that is due to that, we don't have the exact figure. Okay? Can you understand, Fadila? But it's not mistake. It is not a mistake. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the answer. Okay? This is the answer just now. Okay? So when we have finished, so this is quite complicated. It is not that complicated. It is quite complicated because of you have more than one product. Okay, and then because the point, because when it is the figures, when we round out the figures, then that is why it fluctuates, but it fluctuates a bit. Okay, but it is not wrong. Okay, so you want a break? Can we, before I go to the other example?
Kita break dulu atau lanjut? Sebelum lanjut ke contoh berikutnya.
Ada Pak Ad sekarang yang lagi mengambil mata kuliah ini. Atau coba tanyakan.
Break 5 menit ya?
5 minit.
Oke. 5 minutes ya, Ibu Wan.
Oke. Nanti
Ibu.
seterusnya saya bagi example untuk
Iya.
ya.
Oke, Ibu.
Hello. Dah okey dah. Tadi kenapa tiba-tiba ni Okey, okey. Tu abang kata apa? Okey, okey. Okey ya. Okey, bye. Ni dah lagi ni break tak? Bye.
Tiga perkara yang
UTS ke minggu ini.
Kita lanjut, Ibu.
Okay. Terima kasih. Okay. So now what we have done all this while is we have do the example on stable production pattern for single product and for multiple product. Okay. So now we go to the second example, that is on example of product budget for one type of product with inventory stability. Inventory stability means that it is actually will be production. Okay. Where the stable is on the inventory but not on the production. Okay. So okay, look at this example. Example of product budget for one type of product with inventory stability. Okay. So the Olive Bakery produced one type of product with budgeted sales as follows. Okay, quarter 1, 43, quarter 2, 50, 45, quarter 3, 47, and quarter 4, 47. So the amount should be 182. So the beginning and ending inventory is planned to be the same. That is, namely 10 boxes. Okay. So when I notice, okay, when I look at this one, I think for wavy production, that is when the stocks are stable, this will be much easier as compared to product stability. Okay. So look at this example. So means now we are using inventory stability. So what does it mean? The beginning and ending inventory will be stable throughout the year. Okay. So from this example, okay, what can we do? Okay, we can present a production budget. So this is the figure, quarter 1, 43, 45, 47, and 47. So the amount should be 182. Okay. So this is Olive Bakery production budget for the year ended 2023. So this is under what? Inventory stability. Okay, so we fill in the figure first. Okay, we fill in the figure. So fill in the figure. Okay, so again, okay, we fill in the sales figure. Okay, now let this one be. This one also can fill in. This one is the amount that we need to determine. Okay, so okay. So the sales figure is given quarter 1, 43, quarter 2, 45, quarter 3, 47, quarter 4 is also 47. The total is 182. And the amount of the inventory is given, that is 10. So we just fill in. So 10. So the opening also 10, the closing also 10, and it is even throughout the year. See? Stable inventory. So then the production is need to be determined. Just now we determine the closing stock, right? Okay. Now we determine the production unit to be produced. So 43 plus 10. So it should be 53 minus 10. So what is the total production? 43. Okay. So remember, when we do stable production, this one we determine first. Okay, we fill in first. But when it comes with inventory stability, we'll fill in the inventory first. Okay, so same, this one, it is 55 plus 10, it should be 5. This one, 57, okay, minus 10, then it will be 7. Okay, this one also. Okay, so what can you see from here? When it is a stable inventory, the unit to be produced is actually, the conclusion that we can make is that unit to be produced is the same with the unit that sales, unit of sales. Okay, okay, so this one is very simple. So we go to the next. Can you understand this one? This one is simpler. Okay. So we go to exercise. Okay. So now it's your time. Okay. Just now I do it together with you all. Now I want you to try to do this one. Okay. So this is the exercise. Okay. Orchid Children Berhad has forecasted the following sales figure for the month of December 2023. Okay, so means that we have covered the things that you should know for production budgets. So this is the time to test whether you understand or not what we have learned today. So means that you need to do this exercise. I will give you time and I want your answer to ensure that you understand whatever that I have lectured to you all today. Okay, so this is a simple exercise. Okay, so Orchids Number Heart had forecasted the following sales figure for the month of December 2023. So for week 1, 500, week 2, 520, week 3, 530, week 4, 550. Remember, I have told you earlier, the production budgets, it depends. It can be in a month time, it can be in a year, it can be in a quarter. So for this one, I want you to come up with the budget for December, for the month of December, but according to week. Okay, so week 1, 500. So this is the sales figure. Okay, so the finished product inventory at the beginning of December. So this is the opening inventory, 100 units, and the ending inventory was planned at 80 units. So based on the data above, create a product budget by prioritizing. The first one, I want you to come up with when we are doing according to product stability. The second one, when we are doing inventory stability of 80 units per week. Okay, can you do it? Can you do it? I want to give you time. Okay, then we will discuss the answer together. How many minutes do you need to do all these two budgets according to production budget and the product stability and inventory stability? How many units?
Berapa menit yang dibutuhkan untuk mengerjakan ini? 15 menit lah ya.
15 ke 20? Boleh Bu? Kalau 15
Oke.
belum sempat ke Bu?
Iya, oke Buan.
Okay. So saya tunggu di sini. Kalau ingin bertanya, apa-apa soalan boleh tanya pada saya ya. Nanti kita akan discuss. Okay? Okay? So that at least before I dismiss the class, I know that you understand whatever that we have done today. Okay? Do it now. So this is the question. Simple question actually. Bu, nanti kan saya bisa bicara dengan Ibu ya masa dia orang sudah
Oke,
sampai
Bang Jam
sini.
yang mana Bang Jam?
Oke, Bu, siap.
Etika.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Udah selesai? Aulia Rizky udah belum?
Udah, Bu.
Udah, oke, silakan dijawab.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. Okay. So now let's look at the slide. Okay. So we read again the question. So Orchid Remember Heart has forecasted the following sales figure for the month of December. Okay. So week 1, 500, week 2, 520, week 3, 530, and week 4, 550 weeks. So the finished product inventory, this is the closing stock. Okay, the finished product inventory at the beginning. So this is the opening inventory, 100 units, and the ending inventory is at 80 units. Okay, based on the date of birth, create a product budget, okay, by product stability. And the second one, inventory stability. Okay, we look at the first one. So this is the first thing that you need to do when we want to do product stability. So we need to do some working first. Okay, So we will need to calculate what is the total sales for the month of December. Okay. So week 1, 500, week 2, 520, week 3, 530. So total altogether, it will be 2,100. You get that? All of you get the figures? Okay, 2,100. Okay, closing stock means you add with closing stock. So it will become production requirement minus the beginning stock or opening inventory. So production unit will be 2080. So now we are doing, I want you to come up with production budget according to product stability. So means that the production will be constant or stable over the month, okay, throughout the 4 weeks. So we need to divide with 4. So production unit 2080, 2080, you divide with 4, you will get the figures of 520 per week in each week of December. Okay, so we remember when you want to do the product stability, we need to do this calculation. Okay, so see, so production budget for the month of December, okay, according to stable production. So week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Okay, so okay, so okay, student Berhad. So we fill in the sales figure first. Okay, as usual, the sales is given 500, 520, 530, and 550. Okay, so this one is fill later. Okay, okay, so later. Okay, so later. Okay, so from the calculation just now, okay, so we have come out with the production. Okay, it should be 520 per week. So we fill in this one first. Okay, and then don't forget also to fill in the opening inventory, that is 100. So again, to derive at the production requirement, 520 plus this one, you get 620. Okay, minus 500, then you will get 120. Okay, so bring the 120 here. Okay, okay, you work backward again. So 640. This one minus this one, so you get what is the amount? Okay, 120. Okay, 120 plus this one again 640. Okay, so minus 530, then it will be 110. So 110 here. Okay, so 630. Okay, and then minus this one, 80. So the closing stock also is given just now, 80, right? Okay. Did all of you manage to get the answer? This one is simple because only one product. Okay, but we have do it the complicated one just now, right? Can you get the answer all?
Paham ya, bisa dapat semuanya ya. Oke.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, so what you should notice here, remember we are producing a production budget under product stable production. So you need to ensure that your unit produced is stable, okay, over the 4 weeks of December. Okay, so your closing stock, okay, opening stock is given, and closing stock at the end of the month is given. So per week you need to determine by doing the moving backwards. Okay, so this is the answer for the first one. Okay, stable production. Okay, for this one is much easier. For a production budget for the month of December, inventory stability. Okay, this one. Okay. This one is the other way around. What we did, okay, so we fill in the sales figure first. Okay, the sales figure. Okay, 500, 520. Okay, and we also fill in the closing and opening stock. Okay, so the opening stock is 100, right? Okay, so 500 plus this one, 580. Okay, minus this one, so you will get 480, right? Okay, so again 500 plus 80. Okay, because this one is filled in first. Okay, so it is 600 minus 80, then it is 520. Okay, so this one is 610. Okay, it's 80, then it will be 530. Okay, and then this one it is 680, 630. Okay, minus 80, then it will be 550. Okay, the total is the same. Should be 280, just like what we have calculated here just now. Okay, okay, okay. Very simple, right? Okay, so we are finished for today. Okay, so we are finished for today. So I hope you understand whatever that we have done today. Okay, I hope it will facilitate you in your learning process after this. Okay, so before I end the class, I want to do a wrap up of things that we have discussed today. Okay, okay. So to make sure that you have able to grasp whatever that we have discussed with you. So the first thing that we do, so do we manage to fulfill the learning objective? Okay. So our learning objective for today is for you to be able to explain what is the production budget. So are you able to explain, or you know what is the definition of production budget? Okay. Yes. What is the production budget? So the plan in detail the number of units of goods to be produced by the company during the coming period. So this is a summary, the definition, a very simple definition. Okay. So and this budget, production budget, are expressed in quantities, and it is under whom responsibility? It is under the responsibility of the production manager. Okay, because the objective of this budget is to ensure that production is sufficient to meet sales demand and economic stock levels are maintained. Okay, so this is definition. So we know the purpose of you preparing the production budgets. Okay, these are the theoretical aspect. You can read again. Okay, so maybe for production budget there will be some simple question on the theoretical aspect, but the important things that you need to understand is for you to be able to prepare the production budget under that stable production, and what happened if the inventory stability and production stability. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Betul ya, Bu? Okay.
Betul ya, Bu, ya.
So again, after this, you just go through, look at the slides, okay, factors influencing preparation, okay? What are the factors that will influence the preparation of your production budget? The main things that will influence your production budget is your sales budget, because this budget is interrelated, okay? Your sales budget, then you will do production budget, then the following you will do material budget, okay? Then material budget will be divided into two. That is material usage budget and material purchase. Okay. And then you will do again labor budget. Okay. You will do production overhead budget. Okay. So all the functional budget. These are all called functional budgets. Okay. Okay. And remember also we have learned the 3 production patterns: stable production patterns, wavy production patterns, and undulating production patterns. Okay, undulating production patterns means the patterns, okay, the difference, the fluctuation in other factors rather than sales that affect your production. Okay, so it can be your machine, your workforce, your equipment. Okay, okay, so and I have shown you also the stable production. Okay, so the conclusion that you can make is that for stable production patterns, the production will be stable throughout the year, it can be throughout the month. Okay, so when you want to prepare the production budgets, you need to do simple working to determine, okay, the production. Means when you are preparing the production budget, the first thing that you need to do, okay, you do the simple calculation, that is determining the units to be produced. You take the sales figure plus closing stock. So this is the format, sales plus closing stock minus opening stock. Okay, so you will fill in the production units. Okay, then when you want to prepare the production budgets, okay, under stable production patterns, you'll fill in the sales figure first, and that followed with the unit to be produced as what you have calculated just now. Okay, and then remember the opening stock. Normally it will be given. Okay, then we work backward. Okay, work backward. And also remember the closing stock for the first period will be the opening stock for the next period. That is very important. Okay. And then we go through also the advantages and disadvantages of the production patterns. And then wavy production. Okay, we look at also the wavy production where I show you when the wavy production, actually under wavy production, what you can see is that the stock figure is consistent, stable. Okay, and normally the unit to be produced is conclusion that we can make is that it is likely the same as the sales unit. Okay, because stock is consistent. Okay. Okay, and then they have the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, and also, okay, so this is important. Okay, should know. Okay, and that's all the format for the production budget. Okay, so I hope whatever that I have explained to you, okay, you are able to understand. If you have any question, okay, and you don't have me to ask, you can ask Bu Nanyang. Okay, you can ask your lecturer or your docent. Okay, so I think whatever you have learned is not difficult. Okay, you can understand. You are a good student, right? Okay, so you look back. If you don't understand all the things that we have discussed, you go through back the PowerPoint. Okay, you look back the PowerPoint, look at the example one by one, and start doing the question. Okay, questions. Okay, look back at our example and do the question. Okay, so ada apa-apa soalan yang perlu pelajar semua dah dapat ke saya punya slide, Bu?
Sudah Ibu, sudah diberikan slide-nya. Sudah.
Kalau Bu nanti nak bagi notes, saya bagi dekat kan boleh kan notes and on
Grup yang
budgeting
waktu
semua kan?
kami pergi
Pulang
ke
pada tu ya.
Iya,
gitu.
boleh Ibu.
So kalau ada apa-apa persoalan boleh ditanya saya ya. Ada apa-apa persoalan enggak?
Hani ku banyak
Oke, ada yang mau ditanyakan? Paham ya?
Kamu udah selesai?
Paham nggak?
Tadi Vanilla mana?
Budget produksi dengan menggunakan 3 metode. Pertama dengan metode stabilitas produksi, kemudian metode stabilitas persediaan, dan kemudian yang terakhir ya gabungan. Oke.
Aku duluan ya.
Semua masing-masing itu ada kelebihan dan kelemahannya. Nah, itu tadi sudah dijelaskan oleh Ibuan dengan lengkap, dan contoh soalnya pun juga sudah diberikan. Ada yang mau ditanyakan? Paham ya? Oke. Oke. Ya, paham ya. Oke.
Paham ya? Kalau itu saya minta maaf atas segala kekurangan saya itu ya. Yang baik itu dari Allah, yang kurang itu dari saya ya. So esok kita akan berjumpa lagi insya-Allah ya Bu. Okey. Tapi esok topiknya agak berlari sedikit.
Iya, besok topiknya cash budget ya. Bahannya juga sudah diberikan. Jadi silakan dipelajari dulu bahannya. Nanti besok kita masuk ke materi cash budget dengan Ibuan. Mudah-mudahan itu bisa jadi menambah ilmu kita semua.
Bu, kalau ikutkan memang sepatutnya lepas ni akan buat material usage, material purchase, tapi itu Ibu akan buat ya. Saya masuk ini tidak mengapa ya Bu, sebab dia asing kan, dia independen kan Bu?
Iya, nggak apa-apa Ibu.
Okay. So kalau tidak ada apa-apa persoalan, saya rasa takat itu saja. Okay, terima kasih ya semua. Nanti saya mau bicara dengan Bu Nanyang ya, lepas jam kalau boleh je Bu.
Oke Bu, iya oke Bu.
So kita akhiri kelas kita dengan tasbih kifarah dan surah Wal-As. Okay, terima kasih semua. Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Oke, terima kasih semua. Silakan live Zoom-nya ya. Besok jangan lupa kita besok ketemu lagi dengan Ibuan jam 9.